Hey everybody, this is my 800th video special. It has absolutely nothing to do with 800. It should have been my 500th, but too bad. Anyway, this was an idea that I got from Supercopter. I got a PM saying you should try and beat Mario World and get as many exits as possible without collecting any coins, and also see if you can do it with the least amount of points possible. And I sort of twisted that idea, and instead I'm trying to beat the game without any coins, getting the lowest number of points as possible without worrying about how many exits I take. So the strategy basically revolves around getting through as few levels as possible, but you do have to take a couple detours here and there. Anyway, this first level, not much to say about it, but this is going to happen in every single level almost, is you have to hit the end with only 1 second left in order to get only 50 points. And that right there was a very tricky jump. I had to restart this many times. I'm doing this playthrough without any rewinding or save state abuse, except I do use a save state one time about halfway through it because I wasn't good enough to beat the entire thing in one go. It's very hard. Like, these first few levels aren't so bad, but doing it all in a marathon session gets pretty stressful. It's very easy to make one tiny mistake and have to redo the whole thing. Anyway, aside from that one jump, that level wasn't too difficult, so I just gotta wait around again. There I wait at the side of the screen and then enter, or step to the right when it's about 7 seconds left, so I can time the tape to be at near the bottom, because it is possible for the tape to be too high for you to reach at the last second, and then you're basically screwed. You have to either let time run out, and then you die, and then you retry the level, or you retry the whole game, or you just go for it and hope that you manage to make it. There I just did sort of a weird thing with like the P-switch. I probably didn't have to do it, but that's my fancy way of getting through this level, I guess. Again, waiting for 7 seconds. And I'm sorry that there's no music in this, but there is no way that I was going to try and record this commentary live, or even really with the microphone just sitting next to the speakers, because I was doing this when the kids were still awake and they were being noisy and kept coming in the room and screwing me up, and I get bad quality from doing that anyway. You'll get a bunch of background noise. I don't know. Just listen to some music under it or something. You can hear people signing off on AIM. That'll be good. There I waited for 45 seconds left before going into this room, because these timing it correctly on these bosses is probably the hardest part of the whole run, actually. This obviously is an auto-scrolling room, and timing it with 45 seconds left is pretty much the best way to go, because if you wait, you can't speed up in this one because the pillars will hit you. Anyway, you want to go in this one with 7 seconds left, and then beat Iggy as quickly as humanly possible, and it should end with 1 second left. That's pretty much the best way to time it. And onwards you go to Donut Plains. I screwed up in this one so many times, just random crap happening, like enemies landing below me, or like flying under me as I jump, that kind of stupid stuff. I don't know, it's not a very hard level, but I think I let my guard down after beating Iggy most of the time, because I'm like, hey, the hard part's over, I might as well just chill out here, but no, it's still pretty hard, and I got hit there. Anyway, you're going to want Yoshi for this one. I used Yoshi in the first level just to jump over a coin instead of waiting for an enemy to pass by, but I didn't have to do that. Almost died there. And you need Yoshi so you can do this, because the only other way to get up there is with the Green Twitch Palace or with a cape. And doing it with Yoshi is the easiest, and you don't have to get any points for doing it, because picking up a single cape gets you 1,000 points. Anyway, water level, not a whole lot to say about this one. Luckily I don't die by going under the majority of the level here. I don't have to do that, but it's probably the easiest way. I don't have to worry about getting in the way of the fish. I screwed it up at least once, though. And if you do die, then you can just restart the level. It's not going to hurt you in any way, really. Listen to that silence. Unless I decide to put music under this or something. In which case, ignore me completely. This fish, you just want to get out of the way. Because you can't have any enemies present after hitting the tape, or else they'll turn into coins and give you points. So just gotta wait it out like usual. And there we go. You can actually get into the alternate exit in that one with the key without getting any coins or points, but doing so is ridiculously hard. You basically have to carry that flashing blue block with you and hit the P switch to turn the blocks into coins, and you throw the block you're holding at the side of the other block holding the key, and you have to grab the key before it falls down below the coins. I'm pretty sure that doing it without tool assistance is, like, pretty much impossible. You can also do it a slightly easier way by bringing a Koopa shell from the sort of cavey segment, but you can't hit a Koopa without getting like 200 points for it, so that's pretty much out of the question. This one, not a whole lot to say about this one. It has a couple tricky parts, but overall it could be a lot worse. The next one's going to be pretty bad, but yeah, I don't know. Probably could speed up some of this, but I didn't want to for some reason. That Koopa right there, you can duck under it, but it's still going to hit you sometimes, which is kind of annoying. And yeah, I'm just trying to get through these as quickly as possible, not because that's part of the challenge, but because I don't want to spend too much time dwelling on it. I wanted to get this done in a couple of videos. Plus, I had to retry them so many times I got pretty good at the levels, and so I could speed through them if I needed to. Here I'm staying up high, just in case the bar appears at the top when the time's up, so I can get it if I need to. Yeah, this level's kind of a jerk. Got hit there, obviously. These amazing flying hammer bros, which have really screwed up graphics. I don't like how they look. You can actually kill them from below, as I do here, without getting any points, which is surprising. So I do that instead of taking the cannon. Because if you go in the cannon, you have to get past this big row of Paracoopas, or Paratroopers, I mean, and that jump right there, I almost messed up. I almost killed the Goomba. Yeah, you have to jump past the Paratroopers and, like, over a big pit, and you also have to dodge a Yoshi coin, and it's like, too many things can go wrong. I don't want to do that. And this isn't a pacifist run. It's just that most things will give you points, so it's basically a pacifist run. This one is a jerk. Look, I barely made that. I think I hit that like frame perfect. If I had done it ever so slightly later, I would have died. Or if I had jumped too early, then I would have missed the tape and got a coin and got 100 points and would have had to restart all of it. So I was very lucky that it happened that way. Yeah, that one in particular always screws me up because you don't even have any running room to try and get a high jump there. Morton's Castle, kind of irritating because all the platforms are moving on their own little time frame. So you want to be pretty quick. I did a weird short jump there for some reason. If I hadn't done that, I probably could have got up higher. I don't know why I did that. Maybe I was just getting nervous or something. And so yeah, you can't jump on the dry bones. Even though you don't kill them, you still get points for jumping on them. And you can't hit them from below either. I don't know. Overall, this is just scariness. So I waited out a little bit more than I would have in a few places. Then once you get up here, you basically just want to wait for the timer to get low. But because you have to jump on that one platform that sticks out in order to get any higher, you have to get up there a little bit earlier than you might want to, meaning you'll have to dodge the dry bones a little bit. Because you want to go in the door with 15 seconds left, and then beat this guy as quickly as you possibly can, just like with Iggy. This one was a little bit harder to time because he does that sort of flying into the background animation, which takes a few seconds. Yeah, that one took a long time to get correctly. And this is the halfway point.